Okay, welcome. Let's get started on your back, Shavasana. You can bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide if you'd like, or you can place a hand to the belly, hand to the heart, but just let the eyes close and lay back. If you'd like to let the feet extend, the legs extend, the feet splay out wide, you can, and just start to turn towards your breath. Full-bodied inhales, and just let it spell it out with an audible exhale to begin. Maybe two more like that. Audibly releasing. One more time, fullest breath in and letting it go. And then choosing why you've decided to show up for your practice. If you have an intention, or I'll offer one from Ayana Elizabeth's book, What If We Get It Right? What if we act as if we love the future? What if you keep showing up? What if you join something? What if you find your people? What if you bring your superpower? What if you problem solve? What if you choose your battles? What if you nourish joy? What if you love nature? Take a couple more big breaths. And begin to reach the arms overhead and stretch the legs away from you, taking a full body stretch. And start to draw the right knee into the chest, giving it a nice little squeeze, rolling the ankle around. And then bring the left knee, holding onto the shin, roll the left ankle around. And then just take the arms out wide like a T and let the knees start to go over to the right, but just hover them. Use your obliques to pull them back to center and move them to the left. And just going back and forth as far down as feels doable for you. Maybe just hovering an inch off the earth, keeping the thighs, the shins connected. And using the shoulder blades to just root yourself to the earth. Head is heavy. One more time to each side. And then eventually you can start to stop in the middle. Bring the left palm to the left kneecap and right palm to the right kneecap. And circle the knees out wide. So both of them go wide. Squeeze them in outside the rib cage. Bring them to center and let the arms extend. So big full circles, kind of manually moving the knees and the hips. And when you're ready, you can start to reverse directions. And then just pause at center with the arms straight, elbows straight, hands, palms grabbing the knees. And notice how the lower back will start to release as the weights of the legs just kind of pulls away from you. Release the hands and let the feet plant onto the earth. So you're prepared for bridge pose. Press the palms down. Heels, toes into the earth. Slowly roll the tailbone vertebra up. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. See if you can lift the thighs and hips a little higher. And then slowly lower back down. Bring the knees back into your chest. Give them a nice hug. A little rock side to side. And then let's take a full happy baby. So hands to the outer edges of the feet or ankles. Feet towards the ceiling. Draw the knees outside the armpit, outside the rib cage. And you can again roll along the sacrum. From here, just shake the legs out to the sky, kick them out, shake the fingers, the wrists, the arms, loosen up, and bring the hands behind the head with the elbows nice and wide. And then see if you can lift the head, neck, and shoulders, draw the elbows towards the knees, squeezing, and then extend the legs, extend the upper body. Keep going, crunching everything in, and then extending, finding space, starting to warm up the core. Using your breath in and out the nose if that works for you. 3 more times. And then you can take another full body stretch. Let it go. When you're ready, gather the knees. Bring the hands behind the thighs this time and just start to kick the legs, kick the heels, the toes forward and back, massaging the spine as you tuck the chin. And when you're ready, see if you can come up to a boat pose with or without the toes touching. Just finding balance. You could start to extend the legs. You could keep a bend to the knees. You could keep the toes on the earth. Bring the hands to the heart. Lift the spine. Take a twist to the right. So right elbow towards the right. Inhale, center, twist left. Go slowly, side to side, pausing at center. Keeping, again, the knees, the thighs, the shins, the ankles connected. Keep the breath going. Take one more to each side. And then just find butterfly. So soles of feet together, hands to the ankles. Use your fingers on your shins to draw your heart forward. Really lengthen the spine here. And then hands to the outer knees, just close the legs like a book. And fold yourself, compressing the upper body, the torso over the thighs. Fold yourself over your legs, let the head droop, and let the ears roll side to side. Right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. When you feel ready, make your way to tabletop. So come into hands and knees. Spreading your fingers nice and wide. Stacking the knees under the hips. And extending the right toes back, keeping them on the earth. Just shift the weight forward and back, getting into your calf muscle. And then pause and find stillness. Bring the left hand behind the head. Press the head into the hand, keeping the elbow nice and wide. Lift and hover the right foot off the earth, so your heel is in line with your hip. Draw your belly button to your spine, so the core is working. And then left elbow towards right knee, crunching under the body. Inhale, open back up. 2 more times, crunch. And then extend, right heel back. 1 more time, crunch. And extend. Left hand down, right knee down. Find some side cat-cows, bumping hips to the right, hips to the left, gazing over your shoulders. And then find a neutral spine. Tabletop, left toes to the back of the mat, keeping them on the ground. Just shift the weight forward and back, feeling the heel pressing back, crown of head reaching forward. Shoulders over the wrists. And then pause. Right hand behind the head. Press the skull into your hand. Lift and hover the left leg. And then draw left knee under the torso. Right elbow can reach towards the left knee, left thigh, and open back up. 2 more times. Crunch and open. Crunch and extend. Right hand down, left knee down. Move from hands and knees. It could be traditional cat-cow, side cat-cow, some combination of cat-cow. Maybe letting the eyes close. When you're ready, find neutral tabletop, tap on the feet, tuck your toes, lift and hover the knees, and then press back downward facing dog. Walk your dog, pedal the legs. Bending left knee, bending right knee. And then when you feel ready, start to find stillness in your downward facing dog. And walk your hands to the back of the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to find a forward fold at the back of the mat. Grab onto opposite elbows and hang forward. Shifting the weight, swaying a little side to side. When you're ready, take a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Root to rise to mountain pose, sweeping the arms all the way up. Press the palms and pull them to your heart. Close the eyes, take a breath here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bend the elbows and bring the hands behind the head like we've done before. And then right elbow towards the right, stretching the left side of the body. Inhale, back to center. And then left elbow to the left, right elbow towards the ceiling. Inhale, back to center. Release the hands, interlace them behind the back. Punch the fists down, open the chest. Bend the knees slightly and then start to hinge and forward fold with this grip. Release the hands, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, let it go. Walk all the way forward to plank pose and pause. And then just tap your right knee and straighten it. Tap your left knee and straighten. Keep going, just tap right and left, right and left, like you're walking in place. Keeping the shoulders stable. And then lower both knees down, lower chest and chin to the earth. Take the hands wide, elbows high, tuck the toes, press the toenails, and inhale, lift for cobra. Keeping the long spine, exhale, lower back down. 2 more rolling cobras. Inhale, shine your heart forward. Exhale, lift the length lower. Last one on your inhale, pull and release. Let the forehead or the ear come to the earth and just shake the hips side to side. Hands by the chest, press through child's pose, toes together, knees wide, forehead to the mat. Full round of breath here. Big exhale, let the belly release. And then draw yourself forward into tabletop, bringing the knees under the hips again. Let's take a side cat-cow, bumping hips to the right, look over the right. And then keeping in your side cat-cow, add a traditional cat-cow. So undulating the spine from here. And then start to make your way back to neutral. Second side, bump the hips left, look over the left shoulder, and then add the traditional cat-cow movement. Back to tabletop when you're ready. Tuck your toes, lift and hover the knees, and then hips high, downward facing dog. From down dog, look to your hands. Tiptoe your feet to make a slightly smaller downward facing dog. And if you feel warm enough, you can play with your first hop, or you could just walk to the top of the mat. So bend the knees, look to your thumbs. On your exhale, how softly can you land towards the top of your mat? Take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, just let the arms drop. Let them swing a little, let the shoulders release. And then on your next inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Take a halfway lift and step the left foot to the back of the mat. Left knee down, left hand down, roll the right shoulder. Rolling the wrist around. Right hand down, framing the right foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left heel high, bend the knee, open up the hip, shake it out. Circle the left knee. Re-extend the left heel high and then step the left foot forward. Right knee to the earth, right palm stays planted, roll the left shoulder high, finding your twist and roll the left wrist around. Let the right ear release to the shoulder, letting the head and the neck relax. Notice if you're bumping your hips out, draw them back under. And then left hand to the earth, framing the left foot. Step all the way to a forward fold. Take a halfway lift to reset. Exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot back. Now keep the left leg lifted, left hand down, right hand to the sky. Roll the wrist if you need. And then right hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. Inhale, reach the left heel high, bend the knee, open up the hip. And then step the left foot forward, keeping the back thigh lifted. Right hand down, left hand high. Left hand to the mat, step to forward fold. Take a half lift, reset. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms. If you'd like to hop back, do so gently with bent elbows or step back to plank. Go through your flow, maybe knees, chest, chin, maybe child's pose, cobra or upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Full breath in down dog. From down dog, let's reach the right heel high, bend the knee, open up the hip, shake out the right side. And then step to high lunge, or step to a runner's lunge. Left hand down, right hand high. We've been here before. This time, start to float your left fingertips. So see if you can even hover your left hand off the earth. And then start to rise up. Left arm forward, right arm back. Shoulders over hips. Relax the shoulders, spread through the fingers, lift the back thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, exalted, right hand down, left hand high. Curl the hands down, step the right foot back, travel through your flow. Take a breath in, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Left heel high. Step forward. Right hand down, left hand to the sky. Start to tent your right fingers, maybe even hover them, using your legs for support. Squeeze the legs towards each other. And then rise up, shoulders over hips. Stacking the torso. Spread through the fingers. Left hand down to the sacrum or down the right leg, reach right hand to the sky, exalted. Cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step your left foot back and take your time going through your flow or skipping the flow. You can always just press back to downward facing dog. You could always add a child's pose in the flow. You could always lower the knees down. Take a full breath when you reach down dog. Inhale, right heel high. Step forward. Find the twist. Right hand to the sky. Gentle with your left fingertips. Rise up. Now we're going to start to tilt left hand down. Maybe your fingers tap or maybe they hover. And then rise back up. 2 more times, tick-tocking, lower and lift. Again, those obliques have to engage. Lower, taking your time, going at your own pace with control, and lift. Spin all the way up in warrior two, left hand to the back of the mat, left heel down. Warrior two, right knee is bent. Inhale, flip the palms and reach the arms and the legs straight up. Exhale, recommit to your warrior two. Sink back down. Right hand behind the head, and then right elbow towards the right knee. Rise back up. 2 more times, crunch. You could also have left hand there for support if that feels better. Then reverse warrior, left hand down, left leg. Reverse triangle, straighten the right leg, feel the release. Let's move into star, so heels in, toes out, both arms to the sky. And then hands to the hips, parallel the feet. And just take a side lunge to the left and to the right. You can come back through star if that feels good. Or you could just keep it low, getting into the hips. Next time your right knee is bent, turn all 10 toes forward, runner's lunge, step back, plank pose, and go through your flow. From down dog, inhale, left heel high, left foot to the top of the mat. Right hand stays planted, left hand to the ceiling. Start to walk your right fingers away from the earth, gently hovering, and rise up. Use your core to rise yourself up, strong in the legs. Start to tilt back down. Maybe your fingertips just grace the mat and then rise back up. 2 more times, lowering and lifting. Next time you rise up, keep sweeping your right hand all the way back. Spin your right heel down, warrior two. Maybe adjust where you are on your mat, adjust the distance of your feet. And then flip the palms to the ceiling. Press through the heels and reach the arms and the legs straight. Exhale, recommit, warrior two. Soften your face, your jaw, your toes, unclenching. Left hand behind the head, or both hands, if that feels better. Left elbow towards the left thigh. Rise back up. 2 more times, lower and lift. Lower and lift. And then reverse your warrior and straighten the left leg, feeling a release on that side. Reverse triangle. Coming into star, heels in, toes out, arms up. Hands to the hips, parallel the feet. Interlace your hands behind your back, and let's take a wide-legged forward fold. If this grip doesn't work for you, you could just bring your hands to your ankles or hands behind the nape of the neck. Give the forward fold. See if you can get a little more weight out of the heels and into the toes, spreading the fingers, or spreading the toes like they're fingers, making space between each toe. Taking about 3 more breaths. And then start to bring the hands under your chest, wherever they are. Lengthen the spine, taking a half lift. Bring the hands to the hips and then bend into your right knee. And then bend into your left knee. And maybe you come through star as you go side to side. Side lunging to the left and the right, to the back of your mat and to the front. And then the next time it's your left knee bent. Bring the hands down and spin all 10 toes forward. Plant the palms, step the left foot back, and choose how you want to make your way back to downward facing dog. When you reach down dog, take 3 full breaths. And then look to your hands, walk your feet in a little bit. You can walk or hop to the top of the mat, land softly. Take a half lift to reset. Exhale, fold forward. You can keep the feet wide or toes together. We're coming into chair pose, hips down, arms up. And then bring the hands to heart center. Keep the spine long. Twist to your right, hooking your left arm across the right thigh. And then just lift your left heel and see if you can start to lift your left toes off the earth, heel towards the glute, like a little flamingo. And then start to extend your left leg back, keeping the balance, working your right ankle, and bring the left toes to the back of the mat. Coming in your twisted lunge. Left hand down, right hand high. Open up. And then bring the hands back together. Bring your heart to center. Coming into high lunge with prayer to twist. Prayer hands. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, arms back, chest forward. Start to launch all the way into your right foot, coming into warrior 3. Crown of head reaching forward, left heel reaching back. Hands could be at the heart if that helps. Hands could be out wide. Hands could stay by the hips. Or the most challenging arm position is arms forward. Start to bring the hands back towards center to support your balance. Rebend the right knee, land the left toes to the back of the mat. Find your high lunge again, arms high. And then open up, warrior 2. Reverse triangle, left hand down, right hand high. Hands like warrior 2, arms to a T, and find triangle, Trikonasana. Right hand down, left hand high. Maybe you shorten the stance, roll your left shoulder back. Spread the left fingers wide. Imagine you're pressing against another hand, feeling that resistance. Two more big breaths. Start to cartwheel the left hands down, runner's lunge. From here, plant the palms, step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. And then tap the right knee and the left knee. Just slowly walking the legs. Tapping opposite. And then when you're ready, both knees to the earth. Embryo pose or child's pose. Knees wide, toes together. For child, or keeping the knees, the shins together, the belly on the thighs, forehead down, and arms back for embryo. Palms down in child's pose, palms up in embryo pose. Take about 10 cycles of breath. If you need a little sip of water, now's a good time. 3 more rounds of breath. Start to walk the arms forward if they're back. Start to draw yourself into table. No rush to get there. Bring the palms back under the shoulders. When you're ready, you can tuck your toes and press back into downward facing dog. Maybe just walking the dog, noticing how it feels, shaking the head a little yes, a little no. I'm starting to prepare for the second side. Option to hop or walk to the top of the mat. So tiptoe the feet in, bend the knees on your exhale. Leap forward and land softly. Take a half lift, reset your spine. Exhale, fold. Toes together or feet apart. Hips down, arms up by the ears, chair pose. Keep the spine long, draw the hands to the heart. Lifting the chest, turn to your left. And then lift the right heel. Lift the whole right foot up. Take your time. When you have the balance on the left foot, you can start to extend as slowly as you can. Extend the right leg back and then land the right toes, finding a deep twisted lunge. Open the arms up, left hand high, right hand down. And then bring the hands back to center. Stay with the lunge and bring your heart up, coming into high crescent lunge. Reach the arms to the sky. Chest forward, arms back, power lunge. Look at the left foot. That's going to be your base. You're going to walk your back foot in a little bit, maybe hands to the hips as you transition to warrior 3, straightening the left leg. Hands could come to the heart. Hands could extend back, wide, or forward. Reaching the heel. We did this from the warm-up with the left knee down. Reach the arms forward, reach the heel back. One more breath. And then bend the left knee, land the back foot, rise up, and open to warrior 2. Left arm forward, right arm back. Reverse. Straighten the left leg, reverse triangle. And then take your time moving into triangle. Maybe bump your back foot in, reach forward and down, Trikonasana. All the limbs extending long, pressing into the heels, spreading the toes, rolling the right shoulder back, letting the head relax. Maybe the eyes close. A few more breaths here. We cartwheel the hands down, runner's lunge, and step back to downward facing dog. Move your dog around, pedal the feet, walk the dog. And from downward facing dog, lift your left heel high, walk the hands back for standing splits. So the right foot is the base. And then lower your left toes and lift. Again, lower and lift, feeling the glutes. One more time, keeping the left leg straight. Lower and tap the toes. Lift the leg. And then this time, slide the left leg behind the right for a forward fold variation. Walk the hands a little forward, a little to the right. Letting the head be heavy. Find a little bend to the knees if you feel like you're hyperextending. And then start to let the fingers lift off the earth and slowly roll yourself up to standing. Take your time to unravel, keeping the legs crossed. Reach the arms to the sky. Right hands to the left wrist and lean to your right, getting into the left side body. Step your left foot next to the right and just let the arms drop. Let them fall. Maybe let them swing a little until gravity just slows them down. From the back of your mat, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Walk yourself to plank. Pause in your plank. And then lower, tap both knees and lift. Keep going. Both knees tap and lift. 3 more. Tap and lift. 2 more. Last one. Tap and lift. And then you can keep them lifted or you could lower them as you go through your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Round down dog. Let's reach the right heel high. Walk the hands back to the left leg. Standing splits. So the right leg's going to do the work. Lower and tap the right leg. And then inhale, lift it back up like a lever. 2 more times. You can always bend the left knee a little bit. You can always have your hands on blocks. Next time your right leg lowers, slide it behind the left so the outer edges of the feet are lined up. Walk your hands a little to the left. And gently bend both knees if you need. When you're ready, start to roll yourself up slowly, letting the head and the fingers dangle, rolling the shoulders up, reaching the arms overhead. Left hand grabs the right wrist and draw yourself to the left, stretching the right side body. Inhale here, and exhale, step the right foot next to the left. Let the arms drop. This time, inhale, arms up, hips down, chair pose. You can keep the feet nice and wide. And we're going to do that drop again, but we're going to add a big, strong exhale. And if you want to go, let it out, you can. So inhale. 2 more. Nice and loud. 1 more. This time, left foot down, right leg lifts for one-legged mountain. Step it forward and open up into your balancing half moon. From half moon, just find a forward fold. Both hands to the floor, both feet to the floor. Bend the knees a lot. Just drape your chest over your thighs. Grab opposite elbows. You could start to straighten the legs and sway if that feels good. Release the hands. Take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Make sure you're about the middle of your mat. So if you need to step back, but give yourself a little more space. Hips down, arms up, chair pose. 3 more times to kind of exhale audibly and let it out. Inhale. Two more, nice and loud. One more. Right foot is the base, left leg lifts, left thigh, one-legged mountain, find your balance. And then you can start to plant the left leg, open the arms up, lift the back leg. Or balancing half moon if there's a block available to you or something to put under your left arm, your left shoulder. Stretching the arms away from each other, spreading the fingers wide. You've fallen out, come back in. See if you can stay for two more breaths. Smooth out the breaths. And make your way to your forward fold. Hands come down, feet come down, bend the knees. Just bounce a little bit in the knees, letting the shoulders drape. And then we'll take gorilla pose. So slide the left palm and the right palm under the feet. Knees can stay deeply bent, or you could start to straighten them, tickling your toes and the wrist creases. Start to let the arms out, the fingers out. Take one more halfway lift, lengthen the spine, flat back, and then exhale, fold, planting the palms, stepping the feet back to plank pose. Choose if you'd like another vinyasa. Taking your time through the transition and making your way to downward facing dog when you're ready. Hips high. From down dog, reach the right heel, bend the knee, open up the hip. Stay here. If you'd like to flip the dog, go ahead. Flip it, opening the heart to the sky. And then if you flipped, come slowly back around and slide the right knee, right shin forward for half pigeon, making sure the left leg is straight behind you. Lift the heart, lift the chest, and then begin to fold forward. Letting the eyes close. Starting to soften and slow down the breath. Stay for about 5 more cycles of breath. Use your palms to start pressing yourself up. Let all the weights come into your right hip and slide the left leg all the way forward, keeping it long. So it's like a tree pose on the floor. Left leg long, right knee bent. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Few more breaths here. And then sweep your right arm all the way up and plant the right palm outside your right hip. Reach the left arm up by the ear and lift onto your right shin, lifting the hips forward, a rock star pose. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come back down to your seat. Bending your left knee, come to hands and knees. Walk yourself back to downward facing dog. Lift the left heel high, bend the knee, open up the hips, stay here, or put all the weight into the right hand. Let the left toes drop behind you, left arm lifts, shining the heart to the sky. Wild thing. And then slowly start to make your way back with the left palm down. Draw the left knee and shin forward for your second side of pigeon. Lifting the chest before you lengthen and fold for sleeping pigeon. Maybe using your hands as a pillow for support. Letting the eyes close and starting to rest here. Begin to use your palms to press yourself out if you feel ready. And just let all the weight come to your left hip and slide the right leg forward or at an angle. Lengthen the spine, reach the arms and just fold over that right leg, letting the head relax. One more breath here. And then as you rise up, the left hand will plant outside the left hip. Sweep the right arm up by the ear and lift the hips forward, coming onto your left shin. Exhale, slowly lower the tailbone back down. Bend the right knee and find butterfly. You can choose the distance of how far your hips are forward or back, how big that triangle is for how opening in the hips it is. Hands to the shins, lift the heart forward. And then hands to the outer knees, close the legs like a book, and just start to rock and roll again on your spine. This time you're just kind of losing momentum to eventually end up on your back. And when you get on your back, you can just squeeze the knees into the chest. Let the feet come to the earth with the knees bent. Take them as wide as the mat and just let the knees float to the left and to the right. No hurry. Maybe you stay on one side for a couple of breaths. You can let the head move in opposition with the knees. Once more to each side. And then start to gather the knees, draw them into your chest again. And find happy baby, hands to the feet, knees out wide. Rock a little on your sacrum. Maybe a time to flutter the lips or audibly exhale, letting some energy out. And then just shake the arms and the legs to the sky again, shake them out. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze, forehead to the knees, hands around the shins, squeeze everything in really tight. Crunch up the nose, the face, and then exhale to open into your Shavasana. Finding stillness as swiftly as you can once you feel comfortable. And just settling in for a full 5 minutes of integration and rest after all that hard work. I'll guide you out when it's time. Nothing to do but be right here. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. Arundhati Roy. Take a big breath in. Take a full breath out. Begin to move the face, the fingers, the toes, and start to exit this shape as slowly as you can. Maybe keeping the eyes closed. And eventually, you can make your way to a seated posture. Maybe hands to the thighs or hands to the heart, hands to the belly, just centering yourself so we can take a final breath together. And when you're ready, let's exhale all the stale air out. Let it go. And then inhale, fill up fully, and let it go. Thank you for moving with me.